Hey everyone. Well, in a recent interview, Phil talked about the potential this could have if he pulled it off. And what do I mean? Well, he talked about the possibility of adding multiple storefronts to console, essentially ending the walled garden that consoles have typically been used to. Well, here we go. Imagine sitting down, turn your Xbox console, booting up your Epic Game Store library. According to Microsoft Gaming CEO, it's something he'd like to see. In an interview with Polygon, he talked about how the console market is flat overall, meaning the same people are buying consoles, but the overall market isn't growing. Now, one of the ways to provide more options for players would be opening consoles up. Hypothetically, this could mean allowing players using Xbox console to buy games from the Xbox Store or from the Epic Game Store. Considering our history as a Windows company, nobody would blink it if I said, hey, when using a PC, you can decide the type of experience you have by picking up where you buy games. There's no real value in that. He also added, if I were to play on a gaming PC, I feel like I'm part of a more continuous part of a gaming ecosystem as a whole, as opposed to on console, my gaming is kind of sharded, which is a gaming term based on these different closed ecosystems that I have to play across. So what he means by that is, how consoles typically are. So you got the Xbox Store, the PlayStation Store, you got the eShop for Switch users, right? So while on the gaming PC, you have multiple. You got Steam, Origin, GOG, Epic Game Store, Ubisoft Connect, you name it, right? Battle.net 2 for Activision games, so you kind of get the whole idea, right? I mean, just imagine the possibility, right? With some caveats, I'll explain at the end. Microsoft is no stranger to gaming PC, and in recent years has doubled down on bringing every Xbox game to Steam and PC Game Pass at the same time as the console release. Players that purchase a first-party game using it on Xbox are entitled to the Microsoft Store version for free, and vice versa via Xbox Play Anywhere. The Xbox app for PC Game Pass, which has seen a big rise over the pages, because it runs like shit, has also garnered improvements recently for better functionality and ease of use. The support has also grown to a major acquisition across the past couple years, including buying Bethesda and Activision Blizzard. So that's what he means. So those now let me get to the caveats, right? I'd imagine because I know what you're thinking right now. You cannot tell me you're not thinking this. Playing Sony games on Xbox because of the PC ports. I know what you're thinking, right? Well, I'd imagine that Sony would block the heck out of it because they do that with GeForce Now. Because people have been able to use GeForce Now on Xbox consoles through the internet browser on there for years, and you cannot play games like Death Stranding on GeForce Now on Xbox consoles because that would be how you could play PlayStation games on Xbox through streaming. I guess through GeForce Now, which GeForce is like really good streaming from what I've experienced anyway. So there you go. That would be a caveat one. Caveat two would be mouse and keyboard. What about games that require mouse and keyboard, like Age of Empires, for instance? I know they came out with like official Xbox ports, but for a long time, that there was no console version of that game. Also, Area. Remember that upcoming game that's coming out? That doesn't have a console version, so that would be a perfect example right there, because you would need a mouse and keyboard for that game, right? Well, so here's my thing, right? What if they somehow make it like where you could do that, but you would have to require mouse and keyboard support for that game. Now, if they could get that working on console, okay, then we're talking. Games like that could easily work on Xbox consoles simply because of that reason. Now, the third and final thing. This one is more speculation on my part because of Steam being involved in this. What about Steam Workshop? What about mod support? That's obviously a big part of PC gaming. Well, since Steam has Steam Workshop, would we be allowed to mod games on console because of that reason? That'd be pretty insane because I've used modding plenty of times on my PC, so plenty of times. Like for instance, I've modded Marvel Spider-Man Remastered, right? I've also modded, the Master Chief Collection. I've also modded Cyberpunk 2077. I've I've tried to mod like Sonic Frontiers, but I couldn't get that to work for some reason. I believe it was because after the update, the mod was broken. I don't know if they've fixed it since then. I don't know. It's been a while, but see what I'm saying though? Like so much potential for this to happen. If it were to happen, it could be a huge game changer. But will it happen? I don't know. This industry is so volatile. It is so unpredictable. I guess time will tell here. But hey, if Phil could get it working, this could be a huge W for Xbox users. But and maybe Sony will follow suit. But because we all know Sony follows Microsoft every single time, it seems like. But Again, that's enough out of me, so what do you guys think? Let me down in the comment section below if you like this idea, and what do you think of this? If you like, hit like this video, hit the like button, and consider hitting that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.